Hey, so you will like this practice if you have to spend a lot of time sitting on a computer. So let me tell you quickly what happens on an anatomical level sitting that way. So don't feel offended. I'm taking drawing lessons. My stick figures will get better. So as you sit for a long time, as you probably know, your shoulders will round forward, but the bigger problem usually is that your mid back here, the thoracic spine, starts to round too much, is in excessive flexion. Because of that, because the computer is not down here, it's right in front of you, the neck ends up in hyperextension. So that usually brings too much compression here into this area, right at the occipital ridge. So you have a tendency to get tension headaches. This whole scenario here around your shoulders is a problem because when the head is so far forward, it can get really heavy, so up to 40 pounds. It's supposed to weigh about like 12 pounds when it's right over your head, but if it comes forward, it gets heavier and heavier. So therefore, the upper trapezius muscles, they will get really, really tense and tight. I'm sure you can relate to that. Good. Or not good. Also, of course, you're sitting here for a very long time, so your hip flexors get really tight and the muscles on your back body, specifically the lumbar spine, get weak and then can lead to a flat or more rounded low back, hence the low back pain. On top of that, gravity is pushing down on you, which is a good thing, but also since you are sitting on a surface in these areas, the circulation of blood and lymph is somewhat inhibited. And also because you're only moving probably your fingers and maybe your hand, we're moving the mouse around mostly, the whole circulation of your body is a little bit stagnant. The lymphatic system needs you to move in order to move the lymphatic fluid through your body. So when you sit for a long time, that's where you start to feeling really sluggish at the end of the day. Yeah. So keeping that in mind, yeah. So there is too much stagnation, too much flexion in your body, and again too much downward moving. Oh, where's my D? I lost the D. Downward moving. So we will balance it out by moving. Yeah. So the first part of the practice will be a little faster. Extension means we're going to go in towards back bends. We're going to use the wall. You will need a blanket so that we can roll over it. And then the upward moving part, we will go upside down at the very end. I will give different variations. If you can or want to do a handstand on the wall, have fun. And if not, you're not ready yet, I will have a variation for you. And then we'll end up with legs up against the wall to reverse the blood flow towards the head. That will make you feel fresh and bright again. All right, let's start. So for this practice, you will need 2 blocks, 1 blanket, and a strap, and a wall. As you can see right away, I like my props. So if you continue practicing with me, you may want to get these things. I will use them often, sometimes to make your life easier, other times to make things more difficult. All right, let's do this. Come to the front of your mat, look straight forward and place 1 hand onto your rib cage. Breathe through your nose and use your inhalation to let your whole rib cage move up towards the ceiling. Not just the front, also the back body. Everything is equally moving away from your hips. 1 more round. Continue this breath the same way. As your inhale comes along, reach your arms forward and up. And with an exhalation, just lower it straight down to the side. So 1 more time, inhale, arms go back up. Keep them here this time. And as you exhale, bend your knees and try to keep your torso as upright as possible. This will strengthen the muscles of your back. Just the opposite of rounding, in case you wonder. And then as you exhale, lower the hands down to the floor. You can use blocks if the floor seems far away, or hands down to the ground. Step your right leg back and come into a low lunge position. Reach your arms back up over your head. Good. So from here, inhale, chest rises. And then as you exhale, bring your arms to the side, to the space behind you, look up. Then reach the arms up. Curl your torso back a little bit more. Then bend your front knee, arms come down to the side. And one more time, reach your arms straight up, look up, curl back a little bit, and then let the hands come down to the floor, blocks or ground. Step forward with your knees bent. Inhale, reach your arms up, and come on all the way back up to standing. Hands together in front of your heart. Breathe. As you inhale, lift your ribcage up. Exhale, arms down to the side. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms down to the side and the space behind you. One more time, reach your arms up towards the sky. And now exhale, bend your knees and lower the hands down. Take your left leg back into high lunge and then into low lunge. Lift your torso back up. Arms go up towards the ceiling. All right. With an inhale, curl back a little bit. And as you exhale, bend your front knee more. Arms to the space behind you. Arms rising. And hands to the space behind you. We'll do that one more time, and then the hands come back down to the floor with your exhalation. Keep your front leg bent, let the left leg just join. Sit down a little deeper, reach your arms out in front of you, and then up over your head. Straighten your legs all the way, and join your hands together in front of your heart. Good. Keep moving. So remember, the head comes forward a lot when we sit and gets too heavy. So now we work on getting the head back. So place your hands interlaced behind the back of your skull, right in line with your ears. Right here, so you can kind of cup your elbows, cup your head with your hands. You want to be able to see your elbows. So here, take a deep breath in. And then push your head into your hands until your head is right over your heart. And then you get to move your shoulders towards the space behind you. So from here, move your shoulders back and press. Then turn your right foot out. Good. And then while your head is pushing into your hands and your shoulders are moving towards the back plane of your body, start on an exhalation, bend your front knee. Inhale straight. Bend. Inhale, come upright. And then one more time. This time stay here and let your right forearm now come onto your thigh. Good. Keep pushing your head into your hand. Yeah, so it will tone the muscles of your back body. You're going to probably feel this really easily. Good. And then draw your belly button more towards your spine and sink a little deeper. Good. Then try not to change the position of your head. Just reach your arm past your ear towards the whatever is on that side of your room. And inhale, come on up to standing. Turn both feet parallel to the short edge of your mat, hands together in front of your heart. Take a breath. So when you clasp your hands this time, do the non-dominant clasp. Hands behind the back of your head. Take a full breath in, ribcage moves away from your hips. Head presses into your hands, shoulders move back. Then turn your left foot out. All right, so while all this stuff is happening here in your upper body, now as you exhale, bend your front knee. Inhale, straighten. Just lay down here. Let your left forearm come down onto your thigh. Go deep into your front knee, and then again the shoulder moves back, your head pushes back, and then just hold the pose with good breath through your nose. Reach your right arm towards whatever is there, in my case the wall. Get long through your whole side body. And inhale, come on all the way back out. Both feet face the short edge of your mat. And then here just heel toe your feet closer together. Alright, so that was the movement. Now we're going to go more into extending the muscles of the front body because they shorten so much when we sit on the computer. Or it could be anything else, cooking, bike riding, anything. So here, have your palm open, like you would carry a tray. Place the pinky finger side of your hand against the wall in line with your shoulder. And then here I'm going to be like about 4 inches away from the wall. Other hand goes to your hip. Alright, so if that's too tight, you can either move further away from the wall or turn your chest a little bit towards the wall. That takes the intensity out of the stretch if you need to. Good, take a full breath in, rib cage rises. And then again, your shoulders move towards back plane. Press the hand now into the wall, like you want to kind of karate chop for a little bit. And then look if your elbow crease is facing towards the ceiling. So make sure that happens. And then now that the shoulder is aligned, shoulder girdle is stable, now we can start to stretch. So you turn your chest now towards the middle of the room. There should be no tingling in your fingers. If that's the case, back off a little bit. And slowly release. Good. At least not in this practice. All right. Right hand against the wall, palm faces up. Other hand goes to your hip. Again, gauge where can you be where the stretch is not. It's like you get a tiny sense of stretch when you begin the pose. Yeah, so you still have room to go deeper into the pose. All right, my palm faces up, elbow crease faces up. I'll take a deep breath in, and then your shoulder blades travel to each other. Move your head back like you did in this previous pose. So it's right over your heart. And then slowly, while I'm pressing the hand into the wall, rotate your sternum or your breastbone away from your own shoulder. So you can use the inhale to move your spine or make your spine longer, and then on an exhale, twist deeper. All right, and come on back out. Good. This guy. Fingertips against the wall, a little wider than shoulder width apart. Yeah, good. And then here, look at your elbow creases and do the action of rotating your elbow creases towards the ceiling. And also pull the tips of your shoulder blades slightly towards each other. This is this whole shoulder and back thing. So try to keep your head perfectly in line with your heart so it's not bobbling down. Keep it back and then start to bend at your hips until you feel a stretch here on your front body. And if you need more to feel something, you can even get your palms against the wall. Walk in a little closer. Move your shoulders back and slightly tips of your shoulder blades down. And then you can move your chest more towards the wall to increase the stretch in your front chest. And slowly release. Come on out. Very good. Grab your strap. So the strap. Grab it a little shorter to begin with. I always tell my students, so in case you need more space, you can just give yourself more space. It's really easy, right? Good. We don't need the blocks right now. Move them out of the way. So be at the front of your mat. Good. So the actions you will notice will always repeat but in different shapes, different positions of your body. So therefore they always feel slightly different. So, but again, always the same. You will notice again, breathe in and lift your rib cage. Then move your head back, then move your shoulders back. Now, slowly reach your arms up over your head and really make sure that the muscles of your neck and back body are firm before you decide to move your hands to the space behind you. Good. Yeah, so that's the complete opposite position than our seated guy here. Good. So keep lifting your chest. And here you can even pull the strap like apart. This will tone extra muscles to stabilize. Good. And reach your arms up over your head and hold on to your strap. Lower down. Now bring your weight towards your left foot. Right leg up. And step back to Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Arms out in front of you again. Same thing. Full breath in. Head and shoulders move backwards. Feel the firmness in your back body as you reach your arms to the space behind you. You can maybe start to get your grip a little shorter because your muscles start to become longer. Good. And then a little bit of movement since you may have been sitting for a long time. Straighten your front leg and exhale, bend. While pulling on the strap. And then keep your front leg straight. Strap up over your head. Hands together, lean forward, step forward. Feet can be together, strap apart, or hands apart. All right, left leg up. Look at something that's not moving. This helps with your balancing. Good. From here, right left leg back into Vira 1. Good. Shoulders and head move back. There's tone in your back body before you move the strap to the space behind you. Pull on the strap. So everything moves backwards. And then we'll move the legs a little bit. So you straighten your front leg and on an exhalation bend. As you can see, these actions or positions are reversing the seated posture. And the dynamic movements are balancing out the stagnation of sitting for so long on your computer. I'm assuming it's your computer. Good. Stay here. Then reach your arms up in front. Lean slightly forward. Step forward. Drop the strap. Okay, brief floor time. Blanket. So, this folded blanket, you roll your blanket towards the fringe. Make sure, so it's better if the blanket is firm. I'm going to be here in a slight angle so you can see what's going on. If you've never done this before, please watch first. Some of my students, we do it all the time in class, so you can go ahead right away, join. So the key action here is that you place your tips of your shoulder blades onto the center of your mat. Then the hips come up. Head back and roll over over the blanket until your shoulders will connect to the ground. Then the arms come to the side, or you can push them here also into the floor for a little bit more support. And then we'll get to lower down your hips and we'll lift it back up again. We'll do that a few times. All right. Now you can stop the tape. The tape shows my age. All right, we don't have tapes anymore, Doreen. All right, now together. Push your elbows into the floor, shoulders into the ground, head into the floor. Inhale, lift your hips up a lot. And as you exhale, bend over the blanket. If the shoulders and hips do not come down at the same time, Make the roll of the blanket smaller. Lift your hips up. Now, so if you feel like, oh, I can't breathe, it means the blanket is too thick. Yeah. All right, on the next one, we're going to keep the hips on the floor. And then you can straighten out your legs if you're low back. Thinks it's a great idea. And I'm actively pushing my heels and my thighs into the floor. This actually helps me to lift my chest up a little higher. And then again, pressing your head back will strengthen the muscles of your back body to prevent the upper body from rounding too much. If you would like to add one more thing, reach your arms up to the sky. Let your shoulders come down to the floor and then reach your arms up over your head. If you're super exhausted for whatever reason, just doing that pose by itself or almost by itself after sitting on the desk for a long time feels already wonderful. All right, and come on back out. You can push your elbows into the floor and use your core to come up fast, or if that's too intense, you can roll to your side. Use your arms to come back up. Let's go to all fours. Grab your blocks, put them in a high position. Place your flat hands onto the blocks. Walk your way back a little bit. It's almost like the one we just did on the wall, except now you're close to the floor. Push your hands into the wall, so the seesaw action will lift your shoulders up. Keeping your head always like you did on the ground, like you're pressing your head into an imaginary floor so it won't drop. Start to let your chest move further down to the ground. If you're too close with your knees, you won't feel anything. So you gotta move back in space so that your front body gets a good stretch. So the muscles of your whole shoulder girdle and arms need to be toned, otherwise it will hurt your shoulders. That's how you know. So being toned into your biceps. Pull your shoulder blades to each other, so the muscles between your shoulder blades are firm. You can rotate your elbow creases towards the ceiling. That will stabilize your shoulders. And then see how far your body lets you go here. And push back up. Walk in a little closer. Good. Come to Sukhasana. Fancy word for cross-legged seated. Twist towards your left. Breathe in. Shoulder blades. Move towards the spine. And then rotate your chest towards your left. And slowly release. Take the other leg up front. So it's opposite cross. Lift your chest up. And twist. Alrighty, good. So now, go as far as you are capable of today. I'm not really teaching handstands today. Classes will come, don't worry you guys. Today we'll just do it, or you can do the preparatory work. So I will do this in a few steps. If you've never done anything like this before, maybe again take a look first and then decide what you can do today. All right, take a full breath in. Head back. Shoulders back. Same stuff. Elbow creases forward. Then lift your hips up. So this can be stage one and you stay here. So now the blood flow is reversed slightly towards your head. This is good. Some of you might be able to walk the feet up higher. And here's your L position. Push your hands strongly into the ground. Look towards the wall or look towards your thumb. Reach your right leg up. Very strong push so your arms stay straight. Switch legs. So again, this will also help to strengthen the shoulders, strengthen the back body, and reverse the blood flow from the feet towards your head. And come on back down. sit on your heels. If for some reason that doesn't work, you can sit on a blanket, put the blanket on top of your heels or just on your heels. Good. And now the supported shoulder stand, again to reverse blood flow. You want to have 1 or 2 blocks right next to you. Lay on your back first. If you're new to this, I would say use 1 block today, right underneath your hips, or 2 blocks if this is easy for you or you've done it before. So here, very important again for your neck, to strengthen the neck muscles. Press your head into the ground so that your chest is lifting, and then move your chin away from your chest so there is space. Support this whole position here by pressing your elbows into the ground. Then pull your legs up. You can keep them bent. You didn't do many or any hamstring stretches. So maybe bent knees might be better, but test if you can also straighten your legs or somewhere in between so that you can here enjoy your supported shoulder stand. Yeah, so what I don't want to suggest is, like, sometimes I see like you kind of hanging here over the blocks that can put a lot of pressure onto your low back. So choose enough muscular tone to feel stable and supported by your own muscles. Again, this could be a standalone pose, especially, let's say, if you work on your computer and you're working from home and you feel like your brain is getting tired. Going upside down this way can help to wake up your brain a little bit to finish up your project instead of a cup of coffee in the afternoon. All right, and then lower your feet down to the floor. Scoot towards the front edge of your block, like an inch or so that we can here be in this bridge pose with the blocks supported, and extend your left leg to the ground. Make it as straight as possible, tone your quads, and then make the leg long. Just reach out, bend the leg, and extend your right leg. Same here. Firm the leg a lot. Try to get the heel down and make that right leg super long. Lift your chest. And bend the leg. Remove your blocks. Let your hips come down. Show a little bit from the side here. Pull your knees towards your chest. Move both knees towards the right. Actually, it's my left, but nah, whatever. Whatever side you're on right now, please stay there. And then from here, switch over to the other side. Yeah. And come on back towards the center. All right, my friends, you can, even if you have still things to do and you feel a little bit more energized, take at least like 2 minutes here to rest in Shavasana. You can stay longer. So I'm going to just take you into Shavasana, and then I'm going to turn off the video so you can decide how long of a rest you need. So as you lay here, let your palms face up, your legs be relaxed wherever the feet need to roll, and then take a full breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath in through your nose. And a sweet long exhale. Enjoy your rest.